everybody, it's Ultimate Clayton and welcome to Super Mario Sluggers. In the last episode, we did more of DK Jungle by actually getting all the stone tablets in order to put them in, fixing this bridge right here, revealing this pipe and stuff. But while also recovering the bridge, we also met a couple of critters that we actually need to battle in order to bust out two switches in order which behind the waterfall revealing King K. Rool himself that I will pretty much show after my introduction. While also covering the bridge, we also reveal Bowser Jr., who kidnapped Tiny Kong and the baseball field at the same time. And we actually got this pipe. We also got another critter at the end of the pipe. Pretty much at before the pipe and after the pipe. Me saying that much. And we got Diddy Kong in order to join the team. We got Funky Kong in order to join the team. We got all the stone tablets, to be honest with you. So yeah, we did a whole lot of stuff on DK Jungle. So in this episode, my goal for this episode is to finally finish DK Jungle. By actually taking out King K. Rool, as we're about to do in this episode, and also taking out Bowser Jr. after taking out King K. Rool by going all the way up here. And freeing this baseball field. So we'll do that right now. Because my goal for this episode is to finally finish DK Jungle in this episode. Because it's been kind of long, I could say. What we can possibly finish in this episode with Mario and Donkey Kong. In this place with Mario and Donkey Kong. In this place. So let's talk to him. You think it's a good idea to challenge me? Tear him up, King K. Rool! King K. Rool doesn't do anything halfway. Hope you said your goodbyes, fools. Hey, let's try this scout mission. Now, this scout mission is hardcore, to be honest with you. You gotta hit a home run. And man, I introduced everybody, so it makes sense. So yeah, the mission is to hit a home run. So this is that. To be honest with you, some missions, based on the stats, pretty much on some missions, you actually need a character with the required stats in order to rock this mission. Like in this case, we need to hit a home run. So that means we need a character with the required stats. In this case, we need somebody who can possibly make a home run. In this case, either Funky Kong, like I have in the stream, or a better choice, aka Donkey Kong himself. So I'll just be busting out DK because of his almost ungodly batting power. Look at that. So he's a very better choice. We cannot rock this mission with everybody else other than Funky Kong and the Blue Piranha or Mario. It needs to be these 4 or 5. I cannot count. Gosh. So yeah, hit a home run. Oh yeah, one more thing about the sweet spot. If you charge up just right to 100% along with the combination of the sweet spot, you get a critical nice hit. Which, even though you have bad stats, I'm sorry that I gotta pause it right here. I think I could pause this famous. Okay, I should pause it like this. I'm sorry. If you hit the sweet spot with the combination of having an 100% charge on your power swing, it will end up being a critical nice hit, as I call it. And even though your bad stats ain't powerful enough in order to make a home run, it'll just be an automatic home run, a critical nice hit. If you hit the ball on the sweet spot, and if you got an exact 100% or at least 95% charge up on the pitch. And just to be saying right now, DK is just crazy cool when pitching, batting, as he bats with his fist. Look at that! That's just so awesome. I think I introduced Donkey Kong on an earlier mission on an earlier episode, but he just bats with his fist. It's just so beautiful because it's just so tough. And yeah, I totally explained how to rock a home run even more awesomer and faster than you. So yeah, we don't have to worry about him. Yeah. He me, just gonna give you the tips. It'll be hard for me because of my freaking capture. Okay, time it, Clayton. And suck it because stupid capture. There! Even though it's a foul anyways. Now I'll make this mission extra easy. King K. Rool just standing there so you don't have to move anywhere. But my capture is really making this mission a little more harder. Ooh, that was early. Because it keeps on skipping a couple of frames and I don't know what I'm doing. So sorry if I'm really sucking in this mission. But I think I can get it right now. Or not. Curse you, capture. Yeah, so it's just me unfairly missing because of my capture. Yeah! Even though it's a foul. Oh. I might get this one. Or not. Man, already 3 minutes in the recording in this mission. And I cannot get the ball because of my freaking capture! Note to self! Get a better capture, yeah. Yeah. Power is good here. You don't have to tell me. It's my capture. Ah! Finally a home run! No. Yeah, sorry about having bad gameplay at this. Is just... I mean, it's kind of good that pretty much my viewers pretty much like LP are sucking at their gameplay. But I'm trying to play as best as I can here, but this capture is not allowing me to do that. I hate it. Pretty much hate this capture card because of that. I just hate it. I'm missing too much. Okay, I might get it this time. Or not. Okay, hold it for a second. I think the video capture is good now. Yeah, it's good. So yeah, finally, after my jerkest video capture card is really wrecking me up, I'm finally clearing this mission. 5 minutes already in the recording. And yeah, sorry, I can pretty much cut it right there. I'm sorry. Curse you, capture card. Of course, there's gotta be a catch. Get it? Of course, there gotta be a catch with my gameplay because of my capture card. Okay, you already seen I'm recording. What a bad start in this episode. I'm sorry. Great gravy boats. You saps are pretty good. No. I like your style. I'm going to join your lineup. King K. Rool. Are you sure about that? Come on. It's obvious who's better. Listen, Kritters, from out here on, we're allies. Don't get me wrong. This is only while we're playing baseball. Yeah, in the earlier Donkey Kong games, they were arch nemesis, King K. Rool and Donkey Kong. I mean, check out Donkey Kong 64. But yeah, we got a new teammate, aka King K. Rool, aka the most powerless batter in the entire game. Look at that. His batting stats is already in the freaking max. It's just so awesome. Like, he can just make home runs so awesome. Because of that, with his batting power already at stat, he is the easiest in order to get home runs. It's just so awesome. His pitching is also good, also good as well. But his weakness is basically being the slowest character in the game. Like, he can never run that hardcore. He'll never run there. So yeah, for a change of being the powerless For exchange of being the powerfulest batter in the game, he's also the most slowest character in the game, nor bounce it out. And his catching also sucks. He got laser beam also. But also note that since we got King K. Rool, it's really Rool, not Cruel. We also get his Kritters. So how Kritters works, starting with this one, is a brute with glove who hides his slow feet. So just like King K. Rool, Kritters are meant to be also slow and stuff. His keeper catches pretty much just like a dive, except it's standing up and it's very good. His pitching is a little bad, but he makes both of them up with some good batting in order to make a home run, just like King K. Rool, and good catching. Gosh, cannot put those words together. And we also get the other Kritters who got similar stats, aka a strong blue with a good arm. So yeah, the blue Kritters stats is the same as the other Kritter, except that his batting power sucks even more. Sucks a little more. So yeah, recommending not doing that. We got the red Kritter, aka strong blue, who wields a big bat. So yeah, he's the same as the normal Kritter, but his pitching is a little suckier. But he makes it up for making his bat even more powerful than the Kritter. Pretty much the powerfulest so far, so he's even more better. And the brown Kritter, who is the same as the other Kritter, but can actually run a bit. But even though he pretty much runs a little better, his running still sucks. So the brown one is just really useless. So we got the Kritters, the Kritter, the blue Kritter, the red Kritter, all of them on exhibition mode, just be saying. So yeah, we deal with King K. Rool in this episode, but before we actually deal with Bowser Jr., let's just check over here. Because going to the same barrel that was used to unlock another character again, once it just rebuilds itself magically, we get 5 free coins, which, yeah, doesn't do that many with much of money. Oh, forget about it. Let's just go to Bowser Jr. and battle him. Yeah, cutscene actually happens when we get near him, but let me just do it with Mario. I see you there! Blah! I think I'm scared! You think I'm scared? I ain't scared of nothing! I'm gonna show you just how strong I am! It's on! And don't get scared and try to back out either! And the mission is that we need to win the game! So yeah, this is like our first Bowser battle that this is actually a game. Yeah, how a game works is that pretty much you need to line up 9 characters. That's how a real game works against Bowser Jr. later. Very late in the game. And you gotta actually just pick the right people in order to do it, okay? But yeah, we're up against Bowser Jr. Pretty much before we even start this battle, now since we're really in a game against Bowser Jr., I will explain his stats. Bowser Jr. Well, his stats, sorry, I'm actually gonna explain. I'm pretty much gonna explain in like this extra video, this extra little video I'll make through this video, okay? So, sorry, I can't believe I kind of started like that. Bowser Jr., a pitcher with great ball and bat control, because as you can see here, his pitching is somewhat good. His batting, he can actually make a home run, and yet his running is also awesome, but kind of wrecks it all up with bad catching. Yeah, he is a menace, secretly. Considering as much it does have some good control, Bowser Jr., as much as he's really the son of a master bad guy, he's really a good player. His special moves, Graffiti Ball. What Graffiti Ball do is that he'll pretty much like blind the whole screen if you're batting. He'll blind the whole screen if you're batting, and pretty much in 3 seconds, and will pretty much throw the ball in slow-mo, and when not seeing it, the ball will just go through you while your screen is really blind. So that's pretty much how graffiti ball works. It's kind of suckish, dickish. With graffiti swing, what Bowser Jr. will do is that he'll pretty much swing the ball, and where the ball will land is that paint will actually drop down on where the ball will land, and anybody who try to get to that point will actually get stunned and will not catch the ball. It's so impossible in order to get out off of that, unless you have a flying character. So basically, that's all the special moves that's all of Bowser Jr.'s special moves. If you're with him, I pretty much recommend not using his graffiti ball if you're up against a smart AI, because they will pretty much sense where the ball will come from. But I recommend you using graffiti swing more, so long as he doesn't pretty much have so long as your AI opponents don't have pretty much flying base characters. And if you're against them, pretty much the ball will actually come to you at approximately like 2.8 seconds. Like the ball that Bowser Jr. throws at you when your whole screen's blind of the paint, the ball actually comes to you in approximately like 2.8 seconds. So all you have to do is like count to 1, 2, and then bam, and then you got it. But kind of make the 3 in your head a little delayed, so you pretty much know where to bat the ball. That's basically the best way in order to actually get the ball, like hit the ball, even with his graffiti ball special move. Against his graffiti swing, pretty much if you're against him when he's at bat, I recommend you having flying types all out in the field in order to pretty much dodge his graffiti swing so you can get the ball for an out. Interesting fact on Bowser Jr. There's actually a character coming up that can really cheat off of Bowser Jr.'s graffiti swing. Yeah. There's a teammate coming up that can actually cheat off of Bowser Jr.'s graffiti swing, and it's just so crazy. And pretty much a good defensive tactic, I could say. So, but we're actually gonna get to that character later. Bowser! And considering that he'll also be a playable character and also be a terrible menace in the future, as a little spoiler, we got Bowser, aka the real deal. His speed and stamina baffles batters. Pretty much as his batting is max and his pitching really rocks somewhat, he does have somewhat of running and catching. He's probably got the best running out of many people who have many players who have their who have their batting stats max. He's even better than this other character. His special move is Killer Ball and Breath Swing. What Killer Ball will do is that, as much as the name really sounds crazy and stuff, Killer Ball is just that Bowser will actually also pitch a bullet ball with the ball, and that the bullet ball will go fast and will also make a loop-de-loop in order to swing you like you think that the ball will directly come to you, but with that swing you pretty much got tricked into batting, and that'll be an automatic out. And even if you don't got tricked, it will pretty much accelerate some hardcore speed after that loop in order to bust out a hardcore fastball that's might be impossible to get even. So basically that's how Bowser's Killer Ball works. It's quite crazy. With Breath Swing, basically Breath Swing is quite similar to Mario's special move, but in an itemic way. What Breath Swing does is that Bowser will just swing a non-home running hit, but like fire will actually come out from this item, like fireballs will come out and try to attack anybody who's gonna get the ball, considering the fact that the fireball is pretty much in front of the ball itself, making it a little impossible for anybody to actually get the ball through the fireball unless you really time your jump or your dodge against the fireball and then getting out. So that's basically how you can rock it if you're against Bowser at batting. when he's at bat. If you're with Bowser, considering if you're up against a smart AI, pretty much I recommend. But as much as his Killer Ball pitching move actually rocks, kind of recommend you using Bowser. Like, well, when they have 2 strikes and stuff, because that seemed like the right time and pressure. But if you're with him on bat, I recommend you pretty much using his special move frequently as you want, considering that's good anyway. Or don't use it if you don't have any momentum in order to like bust out a home run. But it's your call, considering the fact that Bowser's batting special move only costs 2, but I also think his pitching special move might be the same deal. So that's all about the Bowser family. Yeah, that's how Bowser Jr. stats work, okay? So yeah, gotta deal with him now. And do I want to go with this lineup automatically? I really want a powerhouse here, since KK Rool is the ungodly powerhouse with his ungodly batting stat. I'll put him over here. Even though he don't have chemistry with everybody, I'll fix that later on. And well, when it comes to lining up your team, you can pretty much really cheat this out with your team by adding as many captains in here as you can. Like, you can add all 9 captains, and pretty much it still counts. Even if you don't have a side captain, so that's how pretty much lining up your team works. But you want somebody with good chemistry right here. You want some people with some good chemistry with each other. Like in this case, I got Mario and Luigi right here, because Mario got some good chemistry along with the babies. And Gula got no chemistry. Gosh, I need to get rid of you and place you with even though I might regret it. I also picking them for the special abilities. Like, we got ball dashes here, we got super jumps, so yeah. So that's my team. And the second part of the lineup is that you need to pretty much line up your defense when it's pitching time. And in this case, I really need KK Rool here. And I want Baby Mario and Luigi over here, even though I might regret it. The Nuki's over here. Oh, no. The Nuki's not over here. The Nuki's over here. Because of their ball dash, and someone to pitch better. Or our best pitcher is it's really Mario, so I'll go with him. So yeah, now here goes how items work. Because as you can see, here goes part 3 of setting up your lineup. You actually choose in-game items, and you can actually set the settings of them in the pause menu. Pretty much, I'll show how you equip an item. Now, they'll pretty much be these items will activate for the entire game. If you try to change them up, during a game, that means they're gone that means some of the items are, the items that you replaced are gone for good. So be very careful with that when trying to change during a game. You'll put them on a team, and their stats is boost. As you can see here, everybody's stats but King K. Cruz and Blue Piranha will really kill it. They're already at the max. So I think for good reference, I'm gonna add it on Mario, just to be a douche about it. The nice bat, its contact zone is 50%. Because of that, even though its contact zone is 50%, it actually means you can increase the contact that you can make with the ball with 50%, which I think I might need. And I also increase the batting power somewhat, so I put it on Luigi in order to just give him the power in order to make home runs. You can remove You can remove pressing that button, but yeah, I don't find myself doing that. So yeah, go to next, and you can actually see the stats right here. In order to make this easy for yourself, or a little interesting for yourself, you can actually choose to put the mercy on and off. And in order to make it hard or easy for you, you can actually change the star pitches and swing on and off. Like you can have the star pitches and swings off or on, or make this either easy or hard for you. And the mercy on and off in order to make it easy and hard for you. You can actually check the info with the add-on. With the plus thing. But I'll be showing how the item works during this hit. So there's control, so let's begin with the Mario Fireballs against the Bowser Jr. rookies. And there's the Bowser Jr. rookies. Now, remember the stats I actually showed about Bowser Jr. because I need to be careful. Yeah, I know how to do it. Let's skip all that. Skip. There. Now with my capture card, this can be a little more harder. Or better! Ugh. Okay. Now, here goes how items work, as you can see right here. Now, as you can see, the items go from Mario to Luigi. If you got chemistry with the person coming up next, an item will appear. And it'll randomly appear for you in order to sabotage your players. In this case, the item actually appeared with a bat. And, okay, hopefully Mario got chemistry with the next person. Yes, sirree! So I can actually finally show how you can rock an item. If I can get this. Okay, I must. Come on, Mario! Or not! Thanks a lot, game! Well, not game. Thanks a lot, capture card, you suck! This capture card so sucks, I'm sorry. Yeah, we know about pitching, and yeah. Yeah! Oh, interesting part. Like, if you go over here and stuff, it'll just make a ball if you do it far enough, but if you pretty much... You'd actually hit the characters and it'll make a ball foul if you hit the characters with the ball. That's quite funny of how it goes. You can do it with the dry bones I forgot to do. Wonder if I can hit Bowser Jr. right here. Or right here. I can hit him. See? Bean Ball! You hit Bowser Jr. with that. Because of that, so as much as the bean ball is quite funny because you can actually hit the batter with your ball, it will create a ball fourth, making the batter go to first base. So as you can see here, Bowser Jr. is at first base, so yeah. As much as it's funny, it can be very bad. Yeah! So yeah, that means we have the... So because of my good defense, the Bowser Jr. rookies got no points. And I'm also going to introduce this. Okay, now can I introduce items if I get this? Oh, come on, you stupid capture card! Hopefully...